Welcome to the Fiorina Beauty Podcast, hosted by Patty Saponaro. Be prepared to hear stories of triumph, challenge, and overcoming. Along the way, you'll learn a few things too. But most importantly, you'll learn one thing. Say Bella, which means you are beautiful. Welcome to the Fiorina Beauty Podcast.
So welcome to the Fiorina Beauty Podcast. I'm Patty Saponaro, and along with my daughter Brianna and I, we are hosting this podcast. And I have a very special guest today who I just met, by the way, 2 seconds ago. It's kind of a fun little story. But help me welcome Pearl. Pearl, welcome.
Hello.
Hello. I'm so glad that you could come. So, little quick story, right? So I met her husband at the farmer's market a couple of weeks ago, and I absolutely fell in love with what her husband and she are doing. So I asked him if he'd come on the podcast. He said, absolutely. And then he said, my wife might be able to come, but I'm going to bring my daughter. And my daughter, she has this health thing down. I said, oh, that would be so cool. I said, I love it because I fell in love with what Pearl and her husband, Cornelius, are doing. And we'll get into that in a minute. So their daughter fell yesterday and she got herself a little bruised up and then she woke up with a fever. So her husband texted me this morning and he said, I'm sending my wife, Pearl. I'm okay. This is great. And so I just got to meet the beautiful Pearl. And they have 3 beautiful children and a 4th one on the way. And you just glow and you're beautiful. So if you don't mind, just kind of share what the business that you and your husband do.
So we run a anti-inflammatory meal prep and personal chef company called Burns in the Kitchen. We're the only company that does what we do all over DFW airport or all over DFW Metroplex. We are in a ghost kitchen and we deliver our food. Everything is gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, corn-free, sugar-free, anything free, you name it. And then we also, on the personal chef side, customize to each individual needs, whether that's low FODMAP, SIBO, AIP, or any specific food allergies that needs to be custom to them.
So now you know why I fell in love with them, because I eat that way. Dairy-free, wheat-free, soy-free, corn-free, and your husband is going on and on at the bakery, and I do intermittent fasting.
I love it.
So I hadn't eaten yet. And he's like, oh, try this. I said, no, but I'd like to try it for later. And he's looking at me. And my daughter and I go, do you have like a little to-go cup? He goes, no. So I forget what we put the mousse.
Okay.
And my daughter, she's like translating. She says, well, she's going to eat it when she breaks her fast in a little while. And he's like, okay. It was so fun, though. But I was just so impressed with him.
Yes.
And now I can just tell I just love you already. 2 seconds of knowing you. And it's just incredible what you both are doing. Now, he also shared he's a physical therapist, right?
He has physical therapy background, personal fitness background, metabolic background, all the things.
Yeah. Which is amazing.
Yes.
Because that usually they don't all go hand in hand or together,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Or you can specialize in something but not actually walk that lifestyle.
Well, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Very seldom do you find someone that's so radical like the way I've been for so many decades. And then you're doing it as a business. So I told your husband, I said, I want to have a dinner party. I really do. Yes, we talked about it. And so I'm just excited to do that. And I thought, that table has many leaves and we'll just have a bunch of ladies. I think he said 25, I think is the minimum. Somebody
I have no idea.
I think that's what he said. Anyway, so yeah, that's
But we can
up
make
my sleeve. Yes, wouldn't that be fun? That'd be so fun.
Yes, it
Yeah.
would be exciting.
And so your food, from what I tasted, was delicious.
So lovely.
And it's just real food.
Yes. Yes. We've definitely done a lot of research and knowledge in regards to how we can supplement ingredients to
Mhm.
where it's better and healthier for your gut and also for the inner and outer of your body.
Right.
Because I mean, both Cornelius and I, we are so passionate about what we do. On top of that, it involves our children too. You know, they
Mhm.
have all these food sensitivities, allergies, and they can easily get sick on just the most foreign ingredient that they're not used to because they eat so clean.
Right.
And yeah, we're just super passionate about it. And I personally love the fact that we can serve regular food, but clean. And kids love it, families love it, individuals love it. And really, all of America need it. You
I
know?
agree. No, I agree, and I just love what y'all are doing. I raised my kids, very healthy, and they ate so clean. My son actually, was an athlete. He had a lot of allergies. They said he wouldn't play contact sports or outdoor sports. Couldn't go out for the first couple years of his life. Yes, and it ended up being all kinds of allergies. Not just food or
Yeah.
not just environmental, but it was everything chemical. And how we would find out is, unfortunately, his throat would begin to close.
Yes.
And then I would
My
put
daughter
Oh,
be the
really?
exact same way. Yeah,
Oh.
it's not just food for her, it's also like mulch and different type of dirts and grass. And it really just depends on what pesticides and chemicals that they put out even in the
Mhm.
air.
Yes.
So she's my most sensitive one. All three of them are sensitive in different things. And in a lot of some same things, but she's the most sensitive out of all three of them.
That was like my son, he was my second. My first did have allergies. Brianna, my business partner, she had, food allergies. I was breastfeeding and they couldn't understand what was wrong with her. Well, I was eating things that, yeah. And so she tested positive for an allergy to everything from soy to dairy
Yeah.
to everything. But now she eats everything and anything.
Hmm.
At 32, my son never really veered off of a very, very clean diet because his throat would close and he would almost die. Hers was abdominal pains. So it was just a little different. But, now I see him eat things like I'm like, "You're eating that?" He doesn't all the time, but he never danced in that, area.
Yeah.
There's no gray,
Well, I'm sure
you know?
because you educated him and you
Mhm.
communicated with him often to where he understood the choices that he makes affects,
Yeah.
how his life is.
Yes. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So they were raised that way, and, they would have, teachers, especially my son. She'd say, "I've never seen such a healthy lunch in all my life." She wouldn't know half of what it was. I'm like, "It's a red pepper. It's not really too complicated." Right. Seriously, though, she was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what is that? You don't know what that is?" So, it was interesting. And we didn't do the Gatorades, and we didn't do all the
Correct.
we did natural, minerals, and so
Absolutely.
it was a journey, right? Um, but I love what you're doing. So, what is the name of your catering business?
Our business is called Burns in the Kitchen.
Burns in the Kitchen. So, is it burnsinthekitchen.com?
Burnsinthekitchen.org. And you can also find us on Instagram as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, burnsinthekitchen.org
Correct.
or Burns in the Kitchen on IG, on Instagram.
On IG. Yes.
Instagram. Okay. And you have, all types of foods and menus, right?
Yes, we change out the menu weekly, monthly, and seasonal.
I didn't know that.
And so we have a variety of things. And then when it comes to catering or personal chef, it just all depends on the individual and what they want. But we basically can cook anything and everything, just cleaner version, and you wouldn't even tell the difference. And I think another thing to add to that is we just want families to be able to eat comfort food like it was a regular thing,
Right.
even when they have food sensitivities or food allergies. And we've been able to conquer that. And it's such a blessing to be able to do that, not just for our family, but all over DFW.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, I think part of the challenge for people, I mean, I cooked 3 hot meals raising my children. I don't really cook now because I'm by myself.
Yeah.
I just eat a lot of salads and, a lot of greens and that type of thing. But um, it's so challenging for many to figure out what to cook,
Absolutely.
or how, or
Yes, or what ingredients to use.
ingredient.
Yes, or recipes, how recipes actually work. Because sometimes when you read a recipe, it actually doesn't work out exactly the way the recipe is.
Right. 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 Yeah. So I'm sure you're blessing so many families, and I can't wait to have our dinner party. It's going to be so fun.
It'll be so exciting. We'd love to serve it.
Yes. Now, so Thanksgiving's coming up. Are you doing special Thanksgiving
We do.
meals?
We have pre-orders going on for entree, sides, and desserts. And all of our desserts are gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, corn-free.
I will have to
Pretty-
get one for my family.
It's pretty ecstatic. And yeah, we just love having fun with our business. We love being able to do all the things for families that are super stressed out about,
Right. It is,
just eating.
it is very stressful, especially if you, like, I've been in the health world for decades when this happened, but had I not, it would have been so overwhelming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a child.
Yes.
Like, my son was so little, he couldn't tell me.
Oh yeah. Before we established our business, we established it in 2021. Before we established it and we found out all these things with our daughter, but also with Cornelius, we loved traveling all over the United States, and we would follow Guy Fieri and eat at all his places. And
Wow.
then when they started having side effects and all the inflammation started building up in their body, we turned around. We started eating clean. We started like converting our conventional meats to grass fed, grass finished, and pasture raised, all the wild caught. But we found out it was really hard to find restaurants that were affordable to meet our family's needs at the same time to eat, to enjoy food.
Right.
Either you're going to spend $50 on one itty bitty dish for like a family of 5, which is not going to do any good,
That's right.
or you make things at home. And it was just, sometimes when you're running long days, it can be so stressful to come up with
Right.
things at home
Right.
for the kids if they're looking for a they just want to be, they're kids. They just want to be like other kids and they want to eat like other kids. And so Cornelius and I, we had to find out a way to do that for them.
Right.
So we decided, okay, well, let's make clean eating fun for our kids
I love
so
that.
they can enjoy food like their friends
I
or
love
like their
that.
cousins.
So what are some of the sample things on your menu?
Our mac and cheese, it's vegan and gluten-free. That's one of our top popular items for caterings, holidays, and meals, individual meals. And for the kids, of course.
Right.
Um, Meatloaf, lasagnas. I mean, goodness. We have these amazing falafels. Mediterranean food is one of our tops.
Okay.
Um,
Like hummus and
Not hummus, but like
Okay.
falafels. We have beef kebabs.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, my daughter would love all that. She loves all that.
On point.
Oh, we'll have to try that. Okay.
We have a Greek chicken. We love
Mm.
doing Brussels sprouts with
I
capers.
love Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, I don't know. I can name all sorts of things.
Yeah.
We can do comfort food. We can do Italian food. We can do Thai food,
Yeah.
Chinese food, just like all the things.
Yeah.
And we're very thankful to be able to do that.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
So what's one of your Thanksgiving desserts that you're going to feature?
Apple cobbler. We have apple cobbler, peach cobbler. We have a chocolate mousse. You
I tried. It was delicious.
yes.
So we'll have to
So
get
we'll
the
do a
apple
family.
cobbler.
Yeah, we'll do a family size of that.
Okay.
Cornelius created this amazing pecan pie bar. It's delicious.
My mom would love that.
It's wow. I mean, the way he created it and how he used dates and put it together, it's mind-blowing.
Okay, so we'll have to get that too. Okay, I'm gonna put my orders in here.
That one, I would say, is probably my top one.
Sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
But we do have, the brownies that you can order too, and
Yeah.
muffins, pumpkin muffins, all the things.
Yeah, my daughter loves pumpkin bread.
Oh, does she?
Mhm.
That's good to know.
And we always made, dairy-free, wheat-free, all those things.
Yes.
And then I found a bakery that used spelt flour.
Yes.
And so we used to get their pumpkin bread from them. So my kids grew up with that pumpkin bread.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love spelt flour, although we don't use it with our business. But
Yeah.
if we do eat gluten, that would be like
Right. Right.
the one we use.
Yeah. Yeah, I got away from it, but I did do that at the beginning when I first started the journey with my son because I made everything from scratch.
Yes.
Had to.
You have to,
Yeah.
especially back then because
Yeah, there wasn't anything that.
yeah, I mean, now you see
Yeah.
gluten-free options here and there and dairy-free options, but there are a lot of restaurants that can't quite figure out the gluten-free and dairy-free portion.
They don't even know what dairy is. I get so frustrated, So I'll go to a Mexican restaurant and I don't eat chips.
Mhm.
So I'll say, "Do you have any vegetables?" And they look at me cross-eyed. And I'm like, "Do you have any like celery or zucchini or peppers or even a jalapeno
Yeah.
raw?" I don't care what it is. I like to dip it in the guac, but it just throws them off. And then dairy, they get so confused and they bring the salad and I'm like,
Absolutely.
"There's cheese in here." Oh, they don't know.
Yes. Now, the thing I also forgot to mention that I want to add is we are also a seed oil-free company.
That's amazing.
So we only cook with avocado oil
That's
and
amazing.
coconut oil.
That's all I use. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Which is great.
That's even
Huge.
That's like the hardest one too at the restaurant.
Oh, you're not gonna find.
There's gluten-free options, but what oil do you use?
Yeah.
Canola, sunflower, soy? Oh, goodness.
We use Crisco. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. And like you said about your children, when you do not have any of those in your body, what just oils alone,
Absolutely.
my body can tell right away.
Yes. Either quickly within, a couple of minutes, maybe even 2 hours, you instantly have allergy symptoms or you have fatigue, headache, you have instant bloatedness. It just really depends on the individual, but you will notice instantly that it was an ingredient
Yeah.
that your body is not familiar with.
No, it doesn't like. I get inflamed in my hands and yeah, my body tells right. Well, I've been clean for so many decades. So when I reintroduce things, yeah, my body's just like, we're not okay with that. I don't know what you're doing, but we're not okay with this. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm just excited that I met your husband and now I got to meet you.
Absolutely.
And I want to switch gears a little bit because your husband texts me and tell me a little of your story. And so, share with us how you and your husband met
Okay.
and a little bit about your faith. And I've been just so excited to find out. So this is like a personal, selfish, I want to know.
Well, I grew up not going to church and not knowing anything about God. I would say we were basically on the border of atheist. I had an older brother, and he was truly atheist. He is truly atheist. He always went against our cousins, and he would like always say, "Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence?" And, I looked up to him. He was my older brother. What else do you do when you have older siblings? You just listen to them. That's like,
Yeah.
what you do.
Right.
So I never knew that there was a God, essentially. I just knew that if there was something out there, then you have to physically have proof that there was something out there based off of looking up to my older brother. And then Cornelius and I, we met in college. Um, he has a much funner story than I do. But we met in college. He was a kines major. I was a pre-med major. And we would have never crossed paths, but I was volunteering for a organization one evening, and we had crossed paths in the cafeteria area. I turned around. Um, we I turned around. I recognized his smile because I seen it one time at an IHOP. We ate at an IHOP with a group of people, but we didn't really introduce ourselves.
Right.
We were just kind of like in a group together, enjoying food. But that one-on-one session, it was probably maybe 7 months later. I just recognized his smile out of nowhere. I mean, you've seen his smile. It's quite contagious.
Beautiful smile. Yeah.
And so I turned around. I was like, "Hey!" No idea who this guy was, where I met him, what his name was even. I was like, "I know you from somewhere. How are you doing?" And it was just so weird. Like, I would never do that to anybody. And so he turns around and he's like, "Oh my gosh, this girl, I think, likes me."
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
It's so interesting how men and women have different perspectives.
That's true. That's true. Right. You're just trying to say hi.
Absolutely. And so I was on my way volunteering for an organization, and he was like, "Hey, well, how about we exchange numbers or, find a way of communication, and then we can figure out where we met each other." And I'm like, "That's a great idea."
Good idea.
Yeah. So we ended up doing that, got together, and then we figured out that it was the IHOP that we met at 7 months prior. As to how I even recognized his smile, just the random smile. And then we started to get to know each other, and I realized he was a very intelligent
Yeah.
man, very structured, very disciplined.
Yeah.
And I loved those characteristics about him
Right.
because I've never seen that let alone, a man, let alone
A boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
boy
Yeah.
in college.
Y'all are still young, but yeah. Yeah.
Because I was very intrigued, and he was the president of
Oh.
one of the dorms, and I was like, "Okay, this is very awesome." And
Yeah.
we continued to get to know each other. He instantly was attracted to me. He liked me. I was like, "Well, I'm not," and like I'm trying to be one of the youngest doctors in the nation, and I really got to focus. Um
Wow.
And so I wasn't wanting to date anyone in that season. And he's seen it as, wow, this girl is really hard to get. I love it.
Um. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That makes
So he was
sense.
very persistent. Every single day he would like try and get in my way and just see how I was doing. And I would always tell him, "Look, we're just friends. I'm sorry. I don't want anything more than that." And he's like, "Okay, awesome." And in his mind, he's like, "I
I'm
am
gonna get her.
gonna get her.
Oh my goodness.
She is my wife."
That is the best. Oh my
And
goodness.
so he would not leave me alone. And I finally was thinking to myself, I was like, "Okay, if I say yes now, then in 2 weeks I'll break
Okay,
up with
get it.
him.
Oh my gosh. Get it
I'll break
over
up
with.
with him, just like let it go. Then we can go back to being friends."
So funny.
And what I didn't know was that 2-week mark was his birthday, and he had already told his parents that I was going to meet him.
No.
And so the week before meeting his parents, I remember we were driving at a shopping plaza, and we were at a stop sign. He goes, "Oh, by the way, you're gonna meet my parents next week." And I go, "What?"
You're like breaking up with you, bro.
We just started dating. You're not gonna meet my parents until like years from now. And she's like, and I just remember asking him,
That's funny.
"You didn't even ask me. What if I say no?" And he goes, "Well, you can't say no because they're already looking forward to meeting you."
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And then on top of that, it's his birthday. Did he throw that in there too?
Birthday, yes.
Oh, that's so funny.
So that weekend, we ended up meeting them on a Saturday. We went out to the movies, and I got out of the car. He got out of the car. The first thing he did was hug his dad, and they said, "I love you" to each other. And that just like,
Oh,
I mean, even now, I'm like, I've never seen that type of relationship before with a
beautiful.
son and a father.
Yeah.
And to me at that time, it was weird. I was like, this is so weird because in our culture, we, normally don't show emotions, and the relationship that we have with our fathers is just more so achievement based versus emotionally based.
Wow.
So for me to see them hug on top of say I love you to each other, that was so different for me.
Wow.
And a part of me was like, okay, this is really weird. But another part of me was like, I need to see what this family is about because it's different from the way I was raised.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I stuck it through.
Oh my God. Look at you.
For 14 years.
14 years. And you look so young.
Yes. We married very young. He knew and I knew that we were meant to be together. He always was looking for a wife. He was never looking for a girlfriend.
I love that.
And he is so mature for his age, very wise. He's always been so wise for his age. The majority of our friends are in their 50s, 60s, 70s.
Wow.
And yeah, he knew from the get-go that I was gonna be his wife.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So how old were y'all when you met?
We met at 18 and 19.
Oh, so you were so young.
We were very young, and then we married a year and a half after, so we were 20 and 21.
Yeah. Babies.
Yeah, but we knew.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful story.
It's a blessing for sure.
So you said your culture. Where are you from?
My parents are from Laos, but our ethnicity is Hmong.
Okay. So isn't it interesting that you the first dynamic is you already know that he has charisma and personality and character. You know that part.
Yes.
But you're on a mission. But then you see that interaction between he and his dad.
Absolutely.
Isn't that incredible?
It was mind-blowing.
And for you, like you said, as your culture, so how did that impact you? Really to this
Well,
day?
It impacted me tremendously. I mean, the way that we raise our kids is completely different
Yeah.
with the way that I was raised,
Well,
and I was just telling Cornelius last night, honey, our family is going to be so different.
yeah.
The way we raise them, the way we speak into their life, the way we pray for them. Because I didn't have Christian morals or values in my household growing up. And our kids do, and they love church. Like, they get so bummed when we can't go to church because of schedule issues. Um, they love spreading the word. They love telling people that Jesus loves them. Naomi, when we go to grocery stores during Christmas time, she draws these little pictures and says, Jesus loves me. And she just gives it to kids at the
That's
store,
beautiful.
whatever store we're at. And I'm like, I don't ever, want to like take that away from her.
Yeah.
That's her joy, and that's what she loves to do. That's who she is. And what a beautiful thing to be able to see that
Beautiful.
and to be able to guide them in that,
Mhm. Well, and she's free to be her,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Now, think about this. So he meets you. He knows you're his wife, yet you don't have a walk with the Lord.
Right.
Typically, I've been walking with the Lord for 28 years. I actually want to meet someone and get married. That's my number one thing is they have to know the Lord. They have to love the Lord. But isn't it beautiful how he met you? And just like the word says, 2 Corinthians 5:7, we walk by faith, not by sight.
Absolutely.
So think about this for a minute. He sees you. It's not the typical, well, they got to be a believer. They got to know the Lord. They got to love the Lord because that's my list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yet he sees with God's eyes that this is God's daughter that God has for him, even though in the sight, you don't even know who God is really.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that story from anybody. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
When we were dating, he would do side hustles playing drums for different churches in the college area. And I didn't have a vehicle. He had a vehicle, but anytime I wanted to hang out with him, well, guess what?
You have to
He-
go to the side hustles.
He told me that he was only available on Sundays to hang out.
Oh my gosh, he's brilliant.
So, in order for me to hang out with him, then he would have to take me to church with him because he was playing the side hustle.
Smart.
And the first few times, it was really weird for me because he would take me to gospel churches.
Oh,
And that was something I, obviously was not familiar with. But the way that the songs came out of their mouths, the worship, and eventually, after a few weeks, I just started pouring out, like, I was crying, and I felt like every single time the pastor was speaking to me, and then at the end of service, and we would go, he would drop me back off at the dorm, I would always say, "Why does this keep happening? I don't like this. I don't like why I'm crying." Like, I never cried growing up, we don't show tears in our household. What are these emotions? And why do I feel like the pastor's always talking to me? Like it's only me he's talking to. And Cornelius would always go in depth and explain things to where I can understand it. And then he would also get to the point where he'd be like, if he didn't know that question, he would ask me to call his dad because his dad is a pastor in East Texas.
Oh, wow.
And he'd be like, why don't you? That's a great question. I don't know it. Why don't you call my dad? And so me and my husband's dad have an amazing relationship.
That's beautiful.
Yes. He helped strengthen me in my walk with the Lord on top of Cornelius. And yeah, it's so beautiful. So any question I had that Cornelius can answer, then I would get the answer from him. And yeah, it's an amazing journey.
What's so beautiful about that is God calls us to be like him, and people get confused over that, right? It's not a prideful thing. It's what is the Bible talking about? It's talking about love. So Cornelius showed love, but he didn't do it by jamming it down your throat. He did it by demonstration. He brought you into his lifestyle.
Absolutely.
He brought you into churches to let you see for yourself and hear for yourself, not by what he's saying to you.
Absolutely.
And then what I love that he did is pretty brilliant.
Which I'm sure it was unintentionally intentional.
Well, I don't know. It's smart, right? But to have you talk to his dad, instead of him saying, well, I'll ask my dad.
I
See?
didn't think about that.
Yeah, because he wanted you to hear it firsthand from his dad.
Yes.
Because, when you're not an expert in something, if you will, then okay, so I always like to put the experts, so if you have a question for the producer, we'll put him on the phone with the producer,
Yes.
right? I don't know it, don't want to know it, right? So he removed himself in a very humble way. He didn't try to be the guy that knew it all.
Yeah.
He could have, because he could have easily called his dad. His dad would have filled him in, and then he would have
He
told
would
you.
have passed it along.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I love how he did that.
That's a great perspective. I never even thought about that.
It's amazing. It's brilliant. Because if you think about it, he used the body of Christ to witness to you. That's pretty good.
And I am on fire for the Lord, especially since during the pandemic. Oh my gosh, I really got into the word, got into spiritual warfare, just all of those beautiful things,
Yeah.
and really started being aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And also seeing it in the children. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Isn't it?
Questions that they ask about God. Oh,
And they're so pure.
so pure.
And they just have love.
Yes.
That's it.
It's amazing. When they get sick, they're always like, God's already healed me. And I'm like, God.
Precious. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, God honored your husband. He honored you. But he honored your husband because God really asked the man to be the leader. He asked the man to be the godly leader. And he asked all of us, Matthew 6:33, you seek the kingdom first, then everything will be added. So Cornelius was seeking the kingdom first. Everything else was going to be added. But he didn't use anything as an obstacle. See, I think a lot of us, and me, for sure, I'd be like, oh, yeah, no, she's not a believer. So next. But that's not how God would have been. That's not how Jesus would have been.
Absolutely.
He didn't walk the earth like that.
Yeah.
He walked the earth as, come follow me. Come follow me. Come follow me. He didn't worry about all the things that I think we worry about, earthly things, Well, they don't have the walk. They don't, because I know I'm doing it right now. I'm out there looking, and I'm doing it. I'm like, oh yeah, they're this denomination. Yeah, no, blank. When honestly, that's not God. That's not love. And I'm not saying we should mission date. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that if we truly have God at the helm and we've surrendered to the Lord and we trust the Lord, then he's going to take care of all those things. And that's what he did with y'all's relationship. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited you came on. And I'm so excited that you shared. And what's so powerful is you grew up kind of atheist, but yet the testimony of God's Spirit, that's how you were saved. You weren't saved really by words.
Absolutely.
You were saved by God's love. So when they came together and corporately worshiped, they were loving the Lord, and that's what you felt.
Absolutely.
And that's what Christianity is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This has been amazing. I'm so excited I met you. You're now my new best friend. Yeah.
This
So
has been great.
again, just kind of tell people how they can find you. Yeah.
So you can find us on www.burnsinthekitchen.org, or you can also find us on IG at burnsinthekitchen_meal_prep.
Okay. So that Instagram is again?
Instagram burnsinthekitchen_meal_prep.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, this has been a joy and a pleasure.
it has been.
Thank you for taking the time. And when is this fourth child due?
The due date is February 1st, but we are going to make it happen in January because I've been praying to God for a January baby, and He's allowing it to happen.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet the baby.
Oh, she's going to be precious.
Of
I feel like she's going to be just like Cornelius.
Aw, that's so beautiful. You have a beautiful family, and I'm excited to meet everybody in person.
Oh, absolutely. They
Yeah.
would love to meet you in
You have to
person.
come over. Y'all will have to come over, and we'll break some bread together.
Yeah,
But not
and
wheat bread.
fellowship.
Seeded crackers. They're my favorite.
I love
I make some, but I'm sure y'all's would be much better. Yeah. Well, here at Fiorina Beauty, we have a tagline, Say Bella, which is Italian for you're beautiful. And so I just want to say Bella to you. You are beautiful inside and out. Thank you for sharing your story.
Absolutely.
Absolutely incredible. And I know it's going to bless so many. And thank you for sharing your business. I'm so excited for both of you with that business. And I'm excited to order some things. And so with that, thank you so much for coming on. Hello to your husband. And thanks, Cornelius, for introducing me to your lovely wife. And so God bless you. And thank you for coming on. And I want to say to all of you beautiful ladies, say Bella to you. And thanks for joining in. God bless you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the Fiorina Beauty Podcast. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights to enhance your wellness journey. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends and family. Your feedback means the world to us. Make sure to subscribe to the Fiorina Beauty Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. We release new content every week packed with tips, stories, and interviews to empower you on your path to beauty and well-being. Remember, your support helps us grow and reach more listeners like you who are passionate about living a balanced and radiant life. Together, let's continue this journey of beauty and empowerment. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and until then, say Bella. Thank you again for listening.